it is everything, and what it is the beginning, the end.
What a bird.
Just a weird bird.
So, Micah, did you hear about Mobbity Mobson?
No, I didn't hear about Mobbity Mobson.
You
How's
see,
this gang going?
yeah, he's actually the Don.
Oh yeah.
He actually has a cousin called Moppety Mopperson, who's actually his janitor.
Oh Jesus. That's
Can
a
you
big
believe
family,
it? He must be.
eh? Do you reckon they're all related, all the Obbities? And
Yeah, they
Softies
are.
and Lobbities?
They're all like cousins and brothers and stuff. Bobbity Bobberson.
Bobbity Bobson is the gene seed.
Why do I feel like Slobberty Slobberson would be like spitting at people? So not only did I go out and find some silly laws and memories and stuff, right, but I also got school rules and work rules. And apparently, this is weird. You were not allowed. This was at work. You were not allowed to wear costumes on Halloween, but any other day is fine, just not Halloween. So it's like, on Halloween you're not allowed to wear costumes, but any other day it's perfectly fine.
Whose idea was that then?
I don't know. There was also another rule: no sex in the conference room. Now you got to remember, this must have happened at least once for it to be banned. I mean, think about that for a second.
No sex in the conference room.
Do you think those Alaskan rules about mooses are similar to that?
Yeah, probably. Like someone looked at a moose from a plane, it just randomly died, and they're like,
Mooses study as like scientists study finds that looking at a moose from a plane is fatal.
don't get that. Why did they make that illegal?
I don't know. This is a rule I found online, right? And I copied it down. At my old school, it was very strict. It had a rule that you're not allowed to eat a banana normally. You have to cut it. You have to cut it into.
Deep throat it or something.
No, you had to cut it into little pieces because eating a banana normally was too sexual. Why does this sound like a social justice warrior school or something?
I don't know.
Just keyboard warrior school. Like you say the word black and you get offended by it.
Listen to this. Right, this is like a double whammy. It's a feminist vegan, yeah.
Right.
Like a radical feminist. Normal feminists are alright, because
Right.
And right, this radical feminist, she the doctor said to her, she said, I'm gonna climb Mount Everest on my own, and then they were like, well, first of all, you need to go with somebody else. Second of all, you might want to change your diet first, because just eating on supplements and stuff, like, you don't even have to become meat eater, you just have to eat vegetables and stuff, you know what I mean?
Right.
And like, so that you can sustain the right body mass and that for climbing, you need to eat this amount of calories a day, because you can't get that from supplements, so they have to eat. And then she was like, oh, you're just a sexist pig. And they were like, well, no, literally, this is what you will die if you go up there on your own. She's like, yeah, well, I'm going to prove you wrong. Guess what happens?
She died.
Yes.
Exactly. I think it was on the news the other day.
Fucking spastic.
Right, here's another school rule. This is probably American. It's got a bunch of like American terminology in it. So it says,
Yeah.
in 8th grade they took away all of the balls, like football and stuff, because we used to throw them at each other at recess. We got bored and started to give each other exaggerated high fives. That was banned because the school thought that it was a gang sign.
What?
They thought high fives were a gang sign and they banned it.
What, like, handshake's going to be done soon now, as well.
Maybe.
What was that English done soon now?
There's actually
going to be banned soon.
There's actually this teacher in America who has a unique high five for all of his students.
Oh yeah, that's quite cool.
He is a pretty cool guy.
I like teachers that can get involved, you know what I mean?
Teachers who actually
Not
care are the best.
twats.
Yeah, there was
How's
this.
it ever gonna be a
There was
teacher,
this. You know how I told you about my my really bad form thing in last episode. My really bad tutor. The teaching assistant was just as sarcastic as he was. She was a cow. Hated her guts.
Oh, someone's bloody ringing me on Discord. Piss off.
I can hear it just go diddle-doo, diddle-doo, diddle.
You're gonna have to listen to that for a little while. It's probably Aiden. I said I'd go on Counter Strike with him, like later, but he thinks later's now.
Okay.
So Alien versus Predator. I don't know why I do that. When I don't know what to say, like know what to insult someone, I just go off the random thing that pops into my head. Like sometimes it's just like, oh, you're such a monster mash. I don't know. Some weird stuff like that.
I don't know if I mentioned this or not, actually. The funny thought. Did I tell you about the funny thought about the ring?
No. I don't think
So, you engage to somebody, right? And you get your girl an expensive wedding ring.
Yeah.
But on the day she decides not to marry you, so you hunt her down and get the ring back. Bounty
It's like,
hunter.
nope. Give me that thing. Now.
Bounty hunter, real life.
Dog the bounty hunter.
Didn't he get arrested once?
Did he?
Yeah, he got arrested. I don't know. I don't remember what for, but he got arrested.
You're under arrest for doing your job.
You're under arrest for being a bounty hunter.
I thought like Dog the Bounty Hunter was gonna be like a Star Wars show because I thought it was, you know.
Imagine if it was.
Nice. Boba Fett's got his own TV show.
They brought out this new movie. It's like the Rogue One or something, wasn't it? Similar to Star Wars.
Oh, that's really good. It is Star Wars.
No, it's not. It was
The
Star.
story of how they got the Death Star plans. It's actually really good. It's what, although I didn't think the Disney Star Warses would be that good. Episode Force Awakens was alright, but it's still one of my least favourites.
The Awakens.
It was enough to watch, you know what I mean? I still watched it.
Yeah.
But Rogue One was really, really good. Like, it was amazing, to be honest. Like, alright, I'm playing, oh, what's it called? Borderlands at the moment, yeah?
Yeah.
And, there's a bandit, and he just started shooting the wall with, like, this electric gun. And it nearly killed him, and he just went, I don't want to die! He's a fucking idiot. He just started trying to shoot me through a wall with a, like, explosive electric gun.
Somebody kissed the wall at college.
Why?
Like, we didn't see it happen, but there was this wall and there was like lipstick on it. So somebody kissed it, like in the shape of lips, so somebody just kissed the wall.
It's probably some weirdo thinking it was modern art or something.
To be honest, our college was actually mad cracked on art.
Oh, now he's calling me on internet. That's good.
I can hear it.
1 sec, I'm gonna attempt. One sec. Fucking moaning at me, it's funny as fuck. He's like, why are you playing single player games?
Rank 27, Mustard Master.
What?
I am a Mustard Master. That just sounds so stupid.
That sounds like rolls off the tongue really nicely.
It really does. It sounds like some
Can I tell
kid
you
trying to
about
be
the
cool.
time me and Josh went to the kebab place.
Go on.
Right, we went to this kebab place, and there's this like 50-year-old man. I think they were from Turkey, yeah. So they had
Yeah.
a bit of an accent, and I don't want to sound like a dick, but it was really funny. He's got a really high-pitched voice, yeah, and he's like higher than Danny's was.
That's
really weird.
impossible.
And it's the way he said cheeseburger. Like he'd done Josh Bingley's cheeseburger, and he just went cheeseburger like that really loud. He just left it like he just went.
For some
"Let's go
reason.
cheeseburger." He went cheeseburger.
For some reason, when you mentioned Danny, it reminded me of something that happened in year 10.
Yeah.
Was it year 10? Remember that time where us two, we were just sat there watching. The rest of our crew was like having a wrestling match, right? And then Joe proper elbowed Danny really hard,
Oh,
like
no,
in
he
the
kicked him
chest.
in the ribs, didn't he?
Yeah, and then like
And then
we
Charles
got him
came
into so
over.
much trouble.
Like, did you hear the noise though? When Danny screamed. Oh man,
I felt-
cringed.
I actually
It
felt
sounded so painful.
I felt so sorry for him when that happened, though. To be honest.
Yeah, Joe can take things too far. That's just. He's not a guy.
You remember that time when he said he hates Pokemon? I looked at him. I was like, I'm going to kill you now.
Yeah. Can you remember he punched Charles in the face after that as well, didn't he? Because Charles started having to go at him.
Yeah, I don't. And then like Charles started beating him up as well. Remember that time when that kid he kind of knocked a muffin out of Charles' hand and Charles like proper bolted after him. even slid over a car bumper just to get to him. And for the rest of the school year, it was like you owe me a muffin every time you saw him.
What? Who was it again? Because it was really. I can't remember who it
There's
was.
somebody in year 8, I'm pretty sure. Remember that time where you said you were...
Remember that kid that his best insult was? He came over to me, you and Aiden, because we were eating sweets in Mr. Bristol's classroom on the computers, not doing work.
Oh yeah.
And he came over and was like, "Give me a sweet, or I'll tell." And then Josh, Aiden just went, "No, piss off." And then he went, "You smell like wee and poo."
Oh my god, that was great. Remember that year 9 kid in the library? He put a picture of his friend on there, went off Photoshop, like zoomed in on his nose, drew a triangle, said, "Has science gone too far?" You know what's really funny, right? Papa's Taco Meal, I believe it was 20 episodes in total, but right now we're on episode 13, right? I think this is episode 13, and we're 42 days into the game. I don't think we even got that far on Taco Meal, to be honest.
Jesus Christ. And, like, we haven't done it in a while just because I've been busy.
Yeah. There's two... I think it's like 2 more upgrades, and then we're done with this game. We can move on to the next Papa's game, which I have no idea which one we'll do.
Pizzeria?
I've played that one. It's not as fun as you think it is.
There needs to be a Papa's slut restaurant.
What?
What even is that? I don't know.
Papa's Mikey Offends Everyone restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember in English.
What was it? Mikey Offends Everyone. Mikey Offends Everyone.
No, it was Mikey Triggers Everyone and Mikey Triggers Everyone again. Episode 2 and 3. There was a distinct amount of time between the two, but because I believe Mikey Triggers Everyone again was when Jason was involved. Jason was on that video as well. He had left all his eggnog comments on my videos.
Jason's a strange kid.
He was remember when he was watching a reaction video in the background?
Yeah. Can you remember?
Oh, I forgot that the game's crashed.
Oh no, you weren't there. It was me and Josh. We were at the pub, and we had like a cider each, and we were just playing pool. And then Jason went, "I'm thirsty." Then he went off, and he came back in with a shot of Jaeger.
What?
We looked at him and was like, "You're thirsty, so you bought like a dehydrating drink, you spastic. Why would you?" Right, and he was like, "Yeah, well, I wanted to." And was like, "Right, ciders are £3 for 2 at the moment. It's on offer. Like, you'd rather have a drying, burning throat drink that you meant to do with friends, because that's what shots are for, but on your own, rather than a tall, cold, refreshing glass of apple cider."
I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't be asked to buy apple cider, and I was like, you couldn't be asked to say a different word to Jaeger bomb.
You know when
So, yeah.
you know on Thursdays you used to go to that college, as they called it, but it wasn't actually college. Well, I actually snapped. I snapped for the first time ever there once. You know how Carlton can be really annoying sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, he was sat there saying stuff to me, and he was like dancing around behind me for whatever reason. I turned around and swung for him. I missed, mind you, but
Jesus.
I remember at one point, he started annoying me, so I chased him across the room, and he slipped under the door, like the garage door. And I was sat there trying to he was dancing behind the door. I was trying to kick his legs, like trying to knock him over. And the teacher was like, "Ashley, get a grip!" And I was like, "Shut up." The construction guy, right? Literally, he used to steal like stuff from the place. Like he used to steal drills and stuff.
Just go around stealing it. Shit.
He used to get chippy for us. I'm not kidding. But we kept throwing the chips at each other, so they got banned. I remember he left the newspaper open on the page about like I think it was a cadets page actually, and everybody started like graffiti out, drawing mustaches and like Satan horns. But Carlton drew, like, there was this kid with his head above somebody else. He drew a tongue licking the guy's head. I remember somebody drew like really erotic drawing in there as well. I don't know why.
No nudity, naughty.
You know what happened once?
What?
It was an ICT lesson at my first primary school, about year 7 time.
Yeah.
And we were all just quiet. And then we heard the teacher go, "Oi!" really loud. And we just turned around, and he was like stood at this guy's thing. You know what website he was on?
What?
Pornhub. I'm not kidding. Why was it not blocked?
I don't get how stuff like that doesn't get blocked, and then they block like fucking.
I remember somebody.
Do you know what was blocked at my college?
What?
For a brief while, but they brought it back. Wikipedia.
Wow. so you can't cheat.
Yeah.
What's funny is that we were allowed to watch YouTube at college as long as we had headphones.
Yeah, we are as well. Well, we aren't in lesson, but we still do because we just get laptops and sit at the back watching YouTube. We say,
Right.
oh, we'll listen to music while we work.
Instead of doing your work, you're watching fire burning 10 hours.
Yeah. Just sat there, just listening to.
Right, what happened once was in the library, back when we were allowed to change our background, somebody apparently they went on Rule 34 and changed their background to like a naked picture of some anime girl or something. And the librarian saw it, and yeah, I'm sure you can know what happened after that.
Yeah. Donkey donks.
Once in English, we had this random, I don't know why, but we had to think of a job with the same letter as our first name that we would actually be interested in doing. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realise we were in year 2 still. But Connor stood up and he said he wants to be a con man. And he got detention. It was hilarious because it's like, the Connor, your turn, he stood up and went, I'm a con man, miss. And she was like, right, that's it, get out.
Do you dare?
You know how I used to do Chugga Conroy's epic no? Just no all the time.
Yeah.
Well, at one point, we were reading this story, and I was playing the guy who had no as one of his lines, and it didn't fit at all, and the entire class was laughing about it. It was like, are you hurt? No, of course not. Let me see your hands. No, my hands are fine. I remember at one point I used a smosh joke for some reason. We had to do like this whisper thing where you'd whisper to somebody saying, I haven't done this yet, and then the person you told us to has to do the action and continue with a different phrase. And mine to one of them was I haven't been the first person to eat a lollipop on space while riding a horse. And his exact words were, "What the fuck, Ashley?" And he did like this weird motion. And the entire class was like, "What are you doing?"
Doggy Doggerson.
Doggity Doggerson.
Doggity Doggerson. Fusity.
Yeah, we had to get a very like an outfit for this play we were doing, and I went to the storeroom and I found this trench coat. It was like a mix between a trench coat and a tweed jacket, so it was like a mix between the 10th and 11th Doctor. I was like, I'm wearing this right now. And I came into the room wearing it, and I was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "I'm the Doctor, miss."
I am the Doctor.
I'm liking the new Doctor Who series so far. That's pretty good.
I haven't watched any of them yet.
But they're not that bad.
Just because I just don't really watch TV anymore.
The same as with me. I just watch Doctor Who. That's all I watch. In Beverley, in East Yorkshire, right?
Yeah.
It's illegal to hang your washing out on the line.
What?
That's actually illegal.
Why?
Isn't that just a normal thing that people do? I mean,
Pretty sure.
day 43. God. How have we been working for 43 days without being fired?
Have you not been fired?
Like, I know how I usually name my character really silly things. Like, first it was Bobbity Bobbers because Bobson didn't fit, and this one's Mr. Moo. But I like how we always make up stories about us working there.
Yeah.
I think remember the last episode I told you about the this fun one I did with that massive stitch. I came dead last.
Did you?
Yeah, I remember it was you and the rest of the crew. You and the rest of the crew. You're the only ones cheering me on. The rest of them were like, "For God's sake, just finish already." I believe that was actually the race where afterwards you told me that story about the time where I went mad after you died from like obesity or something. And then like I had to kill 7 people, but then one day I accidentally killed 8.
The next one day you accidentally killed 8.
I accidentally killed 8 people, and I stabbed myself with a knife I was hiding in the wall or something.
Yeah. I used to make up with some weird shit. I still do, really.
Do you remember that time where somebody got really mad and they wrote like a really, really offensive insult towards them on the wall in the changing room?
Yeah.
Remember when we got our own changing room because we were so like we just stopped getting bullied? And then remember when who was it? It was one of the kids in there with us, right? He picked up the sock, he wet it and he threw it at us, and we just started like throwing the wet sock at each other. And then like the teacher he went and told the teacher, despite the fact it was his idea, and got us in trouble for it.
Sounds like something that Carlton would do, doesn't it?
It
He
does.
used to do stuff like that, didn't he?
Yeah.
They'd be like, miss.
Yeah, remember
The way
that?
he said it though, it was kind of funny.
Remember the time, Miss. Remember the time? Remember the time when I wasn't in the lesson and I was actually in the change room the entire lesson.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did Carlton said he was going to tell the teacher? Did he actually do that?
I don't think so.
Because I never got into trouble
He
for
really-
that.
He never really did stuff. He'd just be like, miss. Just pretend.
Sir. Remember this one time.
Carlton's relationship was like a love-hate one, wasn't it?
It kind of was. Remember the time when you just walked on and just kept punching everyone in the balls the whole time?
Yeah. Lava lamps.
Why?
How long was that? It was just wait 5 seconds. In. Why?
Just lava lamps. Yeah, there's this kid at my primary school. His name was Joe, but he didn't know how to spell. So instead of Joe, he would always put his name as Toe. And everybody would always be like, "Hi, Toe," and he got really mad at it. At one point, right, he called me a psycho. Like, I don't think he knows what that means.
You're a psycho because you called me Toe.
He used to call everybody a psycho, though. So
Oh hell.
he looked like this kid who was going to grow up to be like the biggest chav you've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
He was friends with Traitor, because Traitor was my best friend in primary, but when we got to secondary school, he just turned on me and left me in the dust.
It's like I'm Toe's friend.
Literally all of my primary school friends just turned on me as soon as we got to secondary.
It's kind of shit.
I was left alone. I had like 3 friends at secondary, and then I moved over to the school where we last were at.
How many proper friends did you have in secondary then?
There was you, there was the rest of the crew, and there was like the 3 that I had at.
We had quite a big crew to be honest, didn't we?
We actually kind of did. It got bigger eventually, didn't it?
We had like 30 odd people.
Remember when Emma was speaking in an Irish accent and somebody thought she was legit Irish?
Who?
Emma. Remember her? She was speaking in that Irish accent,
Emma.
and people legit thought she was actually Irish.
Who's Emma?
The one who was in a lower year than us, just below us.
Oh, the ginger girl.
No, that was Jess. Emma's the blonde one.
I don't think I remember.
She would literally just show up only because I was there. Although then again, that was the same with Jess. It's like
Who's
whenever
that one that had that who really fancied Spencer?
who was that?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
keep seeing her
She
around
like kind of stalked her, didn't she? Kind of stalked him, didn't she?
Yeah.
She had a massive crush on him.
She wanted to lick his dog.
Oh, well, I like that. I saw this really funny comment yesterday. It was on the Big Show's theme song, right?
Oh yeah.
And it was somebody having a conversation with their wife. Is like, why do you like wrestling? Because it's awesome. If you talk about wrestling in this house one more time, I'm going to leave you. Well, what? Well, it's the Big Show. That was one of the best comments I've seen.
Logger toggle.
Here's a school rule that I wrote down from the internet. There was a small sandbox they were absolutely forbidden from digging in. Right, so that makes sense. We were free to shuffle small amounts of sand around, right? And just, hang on a sec, it says something, I can't read my writing. We made a small hole that would be hell to pay. Like, what, is a sandworm gonna appear and destroy the school or something? Like that kind of thing from like Scooby-Doo, like a sandworm just shows up.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That episode was awesome, wasn't it? Can you remember that?
I used to love that. Crystal.
It was that black glass was the teeth, wasn't it? It was that weird.
Yeah.
kid.
Crystal light pockets were banned in the lunchroom, and people used to sell them on the playground. They were banned outside of dinner, right, because kids kept snorting the powder. Okay, so you know what my new occupation is now that I'm a rank of 28?
Roger.
Bun slicer. Like, why? So it's been 24 minutes. Should we stop this episode here, or?
Yeah, sure.
On the in the epilogue of this episode, will Mobbity Mobberson become the most represented? Will become a made man? Find out next time in Papa's Burgeria, except you won't, because we've probably forgotten about that joke by now.